Alright, welcome to episode number 7. Fortunately, the first 4 episodes was streamed live, and I lost a lot of the information and data from it, so not going to redo them. We're just going to move on, and we're going to record OBS early, and upload to YouTube that way instead of streaming it. So, apologize if a lot of the work from the early setup was lost. Maybe we'll do a different project in the future to see from complete scratch. Okay, so I've updated the Trello board. I've gone through and also cleaned up the code a little bit. None of the logic has changed. I just rearranged things to make it more readable for me at least, and maybe not y'all, but definitely me. So we're gonna get this notification system running now because we're gonna use it for other things later. For now, we just need it for resources, not enough resources. I want to make sure that we're getting some kind of user feedback that things are not working, and just set up the system now because we're going to be using it for other things later. We need to go through and create a destroy and die command or method on each of these ship modules so that if we destroy a ship or when we want to change a module, we need to go through and unregister everything so we don't have memory leaks. I don't think we have any memory leaks right now. Normally you would have like double mining on one module or something if things were doing it wrong. So we need to go through and set up this skeleton for unregistering everything that we can use later for other things too. But do that. We need to, yeah, so this is basically the same thing. I'm going to randomize the recalibration timer as well to show that the modules, I don't like that all the modules are all like calibrated at the same time. It's really more of a moving towards an asteroid thing, but for each module I just want to show it to be slightly different. And all the mining timers I think it looks better if they're not all completely in sync. So it's not going to be a huge amount of difference, but like maybe a 10% different, like a 10% randomization. So then we're gonna fix that asteroid bug that's been bothering me. Next steps we're gonna be doing. So we need the job system and crew management working. So how this will work is we have each chassis will have a base amount of crew we can have. Then the mothership will transfer from the mothership to whatever it is. It'll take time for it to get there. Later on, this is going to depend on how far the hex is, and we'll maybe even have an animation for the shuttle taking the crew to a ship. And then we'll have a certain amount of crew that can be revived at a certain time, maybe even cloning modules that will help speed up crew amounts. We want them to gain experience as well, so we're going to have individual crew members for each one, which that might start getting us into the place of a frame. We have to start worrying about frame rates. I'm not sure, but we'll see. It shouldn't be too bad. What if we have 1,000 crew and each single crew member is completely different agent, with names and all that kind of stuff. So no, maybe we'll start hitting frame rate issues at this point. We are going to move everything off the UI system that we have now into a grid system, and this will be inside the game space instead of the UI. The UI has very special rules for where like the mouse is compared to the game world, but we're like the eye pointer click event system doesn't work for in game. We have to use raycast to see what the mouse is touching when you click on something. So that'll be a little bit different. We'll be using lots of movement around. I'm going to keep it 2D though. The hex grid isn't going to be very big. I believe 6x6 maybe, and then we'll just will balance around a small grid. So we'll have one side of the grid where You place your ships, you have to defend, you can put ships in front of your miners to block the enemy from shooting your miners and stuff like that. So there's be a lot of strategy to the movement and whatnot. Alright, so once the grid system and the crew management system is done, we're gonna start working on actual combat here. We're gonna start making modules that missiles and lasers, and we'll have different types of resistances for all your hit points. We'll have shields, we'll have repair time and stuff, and we'll have an enemy faction. Right now we're just going to start with humans, so mirroring our own faction. Later on we'll work on more diverse alien factions that have unique factors to them. Like maybe we'll have a biological alien class that doesn't have shields, but can like use acid attacks or something. There's lots of different things you can do. We need to get everything working first before we can even start to worry about that. And that's really what we have probably for the next month, I think, is just working on this stuff. So for the job system, what I really want to do is have a panel open up where you can just assign people to it. It's like if I'm going to make every single person unique, you kind of want to take that uniqueness to be able to sign it. So I'm not sure 100% how I want that to work, because if you have a level 5 engineer, you want that person to go to the engineering then over a level 3 engineer. So it sounds really complicated. I'm not sure if I want to make everything unique, because I do want them to gain experience, but I'm not sure how, like, it's fungibleness. Like, yeah, I'm not sure how I want to do that just yet. So this is what we're going to work on today. Let's go to the game to show what we are at right now. We're able to build frigates. So we can build a frigate. We have 3 module slots. If we open up a module, we have 1 mining module at the moment. We have to select this, which I don't have any kind of indicator to let know this is selected, but it is selected. Hit OK, and we have a module. And we also need to change this symbol to say that this module is filled. And then we want to be able to, and I reversed this so that it flows up instead of down. And the asteroid is going out. So if I click on this one and I want to create a module, it goes here, and then I don't think I have a way to really replace this module besides the way that we already do it. So like if I tried to click on this, it would create a new module and replace the old one, but it wouldn't unregister from the old one. So and in the fleet system, I don't think there's a way for it to remove it, so it would still be there. In fact, we'll just show that. Yeah, okay, so this one's clicked here. So it just adds it. It doesn't change anything. So this module slot has 2 now. Yeah, that's not good. Like, what happens if I do a 4th one? Yeah, this is not what is intended at all. So definitely need to change that. I don't want to work too much on fixing this, because we're moving this to a different panel, because on the grid itself we don't want any of this, right? It's too much for a grid. We just want a ship icon, and then we click on the icon, and then it pops this up, and you can only have one of these up as you click through the fleet. I think that's the best way to handle something like that. And so I don't want to work too much on fixing this UI, because this is going away as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the notification system rolling, which I believe is still going to be on the canvas. We need a notification. We can do either pop-up, sliding. Let's do pop-up. I think I like pop-up. most. Okay, so this is the notification system. We want it to, let's see, let's move it here. Let's put it here for now and see what happens. So, alright, so for the, we have an icon. I don't think I want an icon, so we're just going to put none. And then we have a notification title, and then we have a description. So whenever we fire off the notification system, we need a title and description. So let's go back to our UI manager. So let's close out all this and go to our UI manager, and we're going to need a notification system. So public notification manager, I believe, is what I'm looking for. It's called the NM. Let's see what we have here. NM dots, title, description, label timer, animator. Should be like a method. Those are variables. Open notification, that's what I'm looking for, I believe. So let's go ahead and create a something to push a button real quick to make sure that we have notifications. So we'll void open notification, and we click on this. We'll make it. We'll just create a button real quick. And we want to nm dot open notification, and we need two things. We need title notification, so not enough resources, and then you do not have enough resources to create this ship. I believe that's all you need. Oh, 0 parameters. Alright, let's prepare a notification. Trying to remember how to do this. We have NM. NM's right here. Oh. So NM dots, actually notification. Don't remember how to do this at all. Well, let's look at the code for the notification manager. Let's look at how this this works. So let's go ahead and open that up. Where's my script? I want to open this up. Okay. Late update, update notification is plain catch. So I guess we update this and then we update the notification. So let's try that. Let's see if that works. UI manager, I don't want to open the notification. I want to update the notification. Or is this? Yeah, so nm dot title dot text is equal to, we'll say, not enough resources. And then nm dot description is equal to, you do not have enough resources to create this ship. And let's see if that works. So we have the notification system in the UI manager. Now let's go ahead and just create a button real quick to I want the content. Yeah, content. Let's just do it right here. Create a button. Let's move it over here. And then this will on click events fire off the notification system. Open notification. Alright, let's see if that works. Alright, click. Yep, we got a notification title. We have this. Alright, so it didn't change the notification manager. Let's try update. And updates UI. Does that work? So we have notifications popping up at least. We just need to be able to change it. Alright, there we go. Okay, so it updated the UI. This is not fair. I want to get rid of this. I don't like the icons. Let's get rid and just delete the icon. See what happens. I bet that just breaks everything. Yeah, it breaks that. Let's go to notification here. Let's go ahead and stop this. We want to make sure comment that out. We're not using icons. I'm going to change the timer as well. Alright, should get rid of the errors. We're not using the notifications, the icons. Just not using any of this. It's fine. Description's fine, title's fine, we just don't want the icon. Let's go ahead and delete this. Not delete it, but just don't use this twice. Not going to find the property. Not having an icon. Seems like we're just not doing any of this. This is the title, so that's fine. Let's see how much I broke my notification system. That should be fine. Alright, let's see if I've successfully removed the icon from their code. Alright, we don't have enough resources. We want to change the timer to make sure that this is fine. Alright, cool. Let's get rid of all that. So, nm.timer is equal to, let's do 2 seconds. I think that's 2 seconds. 2 milliseconds. I believe it was at 1 second. That's much better. Okay. Alright, so when we initialize, let's go ahead and just change this to here. We don't have to put that here each time. And then open notification. So when we do the open notification, we need two things. We need a title, so string title and string description. So this is going to be equal to title, and then this is going to be equal to description. Okay, so from anywhere in our game, we want to be able to open notifications. So we need to create a static event. So let's go open up our statics. We're going to create another event just like this. We're going to need two strings. Open notification alerts. And then on new notification, we are going to need two strings, title and string this, and then we are going to fire this off, and we're going to send off the title and description. Okay, so let's go ahead and register to that. So we're going to just register the notification system here, and then statics dot on new notification. We need to register to open notification alert. Okay, so we are registered to this. Now anywhere in the game can open up this. We'll basically just do this. We need to check. Let's go to the fleet UI. Not the fleet UI, the fleet. So here we have two issues. We need to statics dot on new notification. We need to send off two strings. Say not enough resources. You do not have enough resources to build that ship type. And we could send what type of ship it is, I guess. Build a ship type dot to string. I guess we don't need to do that. We could also say how many resources, but we don't have. We'd have to do a different. We have to return two things to find out how much it is. So I'm not going to do that. Or what's this problem? Okay. I have two things, so I need curly braces for scope. I just can't do things today. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing for this. But this is gonna be a new module. You don't have to build a module. There we go. And we're good. Ship. So let's go ahead and test that. I'm going to change the resources, starting resources to 100, so that we can quickly see if we have enough or not. So the chasis will have 60, or we'll take 100. So we'll try and build a chasis, and then we'll try and build a module. We'll need 150, so we can build a mining module. And then we can test out that these two are working. I'm going to get rid of the button. We don't need this anymore. And lots of options of how you want to do notification systems. So we build a frigate. We shouldn't be able to build another one. And then we should be able to click mining module. And if we try to build another mining module, we don't have enough resources. So we have a notification now. System gives you user feedback whenever something is not working. And that is fine. And then this is going down. So first thing, I want to fix this bug that we have for the, let's go to the resource manager. And when it's mining, when the resources collected is greater, it doesn't update the UI. So if resources is less than 0, we invoke the asteroid exists. So we never do this. So let's just go ahead and copy paste this first. Yeah, I just don't think this was fired off, because we still do this. And then we invoke this. So I think that's fine. If we're doing it in both paths, we don't need this. So let's go ahead and put that there and just delete this. So if the current resource is here, we're going to is there asteroid false, and then we're still going to mine the last of that resource. Current asteroid is less than mining strike. Yeah, we're just going to fire that off. And then on resources changed. Yeah, we're good. Alright, that should fix that bug. So let's go check it out real quick. Okay, calibrating. And then we're going to make this calibrating a little bit of randomness so that it's not always that everything isn't all synced up. So, okay, we're mining the asteroids, we're getting resources. Let's make sure it goes to 0. I kind of want the progress bar to disappear when there's no asteroid, but I don't really want to deal with that. So, okay, so now we're depleted, and we try and it tries to mine one more last time, which I guess is fine. All good then. And then let's go to the miner. Make this a little bit of randomness. So whenever you have randomness in C#, you kind of need a seed. The way that it is built into, I believe, so you have two things. You have Unity randomness, and then you got C# randomness. I believe Unity is probably a bit better in my opinion, but I want to create a static seed, a random seed, so that we have one sort. We don't not creating a random seed every single time we do anything randomly. So public random, and this is going to be two different types of random. So I like the Unity engine one. It's much easier to deal with in the system, so we're going to go ahead and put the Unity engine first. And then I just call it R&D. We are going to need to make a new one, I believe. I don't remember. We need a seed. I don't know. I don't remember it being this difficult. This needs to be static. I don't think this could be random. Yeah. Equals new random. Or we can just let Unity handle it. Let's just do that. You figure it out, Unity. Okay, so let's go to the miner. Whenever we're doing this calibration time, we're going to set the state change of the mining time, the calibration time. So do we set it here or in states? Yeah, we don't want this. We don't want to do anything. dynamic here. So let's put the calibration times. I'm just do times random dots value. And your range. Alright, so 0.9 to 1.1. These are floats. So within 10% range of the minor calibration time, the max calibration time will be more, so it'll be a little weird. But we can check to see. We need 2 of them, so let's go ahead and change the resource back now that we've tested that, so that we can get 2 and see how this changes. I don't want to really do the mining time because we have enough randomness now. That the timers will be slightly off. Okay, let's build a frigate. Let's get a mining module here and a mining module here. And I think with the way it's set up, sometimes it'll just be a little slower starting up if it's over 100%. But basically I just want to see if what happens once they're done calibrating. So okay, so they're both waiting for a new asteroid. New asteroid will appear, and slightly different. Probably a little bit more range there, but this will start up first, and this will start. So yeah, so that's good enough. I just wanted something to be a little bit of a variety here. So, all right, create a notification system. Randomize. We fixed the bug. Let's go. We need to go ahead and create our destroy. The first thing we need to do is we need to go to the miner of the ship, the actual ship. We need to go to the miner, and we need to go to the ship, which is the frigate chassis. And we need to have a document, and we need to have an interface for it. So let's go change our interface. So let's go ahead and public void die. No, we don't need this. We're just not going to have anything on it, and we're also going to put this onto the chases, or the miner, the I module. Okay, so when we are inside here, we need to fire off we need to fire off an event to let everything that's attached here know that it needs to die. So we're just going to hide this for now. So public void die, and we're going to have an event for it. So public, and we're going to need to register to this, and we need to know what we are unregistering from, which is my module, and on destroy. So on destroy.invoke, and we're going to submit this. I don't believe we're registering anything in here, so there's nothing this needs to unregister from. And then we're going to go ahead and put the ship here. We also need to put this inside the interface so that we can actually register to it. And then for the iShip, we also need to have an event. We don't even have any events for this. So public event action, and then we're going to send it to iShip so that we unregister from the ship itself. And this is going to be, I kind of wonder if it's this way. No, we're fine. Destroy. And inside here, we need to public void die. And do we register to anything here? should be registering to the module. Just listing here. Okay, so when the ship gets destroyed, we need to go through all the modules and fire off their death command. So for each module in modules, we need to module.die. And then we're not registering to anything here, it looks like, which is fine. And then the C# will take care of unregistering this. We just need to make sure that we go through each of the modules and make sure they fire off that command. So I think that's all we need to do here. This isn't registering to anything. Let's look at the fleet. Make sure the fleet's not registered to anything. Let's go ahead and implement those missing members here. And then this is doesn't do anything. Actually, it does do something. We need to go to the frigate chases and go through all our modules and trigger the die command. Alright, this has an event on module created. Alright, looks like we're a fleet. Let's see if we're registered to anything in the fleet. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so we are going to need to register to the okay, so now we need to register to the I module because if a module dies inside of a ship, we need to remove that module from the ship. So let's go to back to our frigate chases. And we're going to have to register to a module. So we need to know public void register to module, and then we're going to have to unregister to module, or I should say from module. Okay, so we need to register to the module. Okay, so we need the I module, and we need the I module. So the module dot death. Where's my event? It's on destroy. We need to remove module. So public void remove module. We're going to get the module. And we're going to find the module. So it's just modules dot remove module. And then we need to unregister from the module first. So unregister from module here. And it's going to undestroy plus equals remove module. And then we need to do this after we've unregistered from it. So minus. And then when we create a module, and we're going to have to do two things, so we can't do this. We need to register to the module, and then we unregister. So that should work. Now I'll remove the registration, and then I'll remove it from our list of modules that we have. And then I think we're good on that. And then I'll unregister from destroy, so it's no memory leaks. Maybe some other things we'll register to eventually. So, all right. So the fleet, when it's going to do basically the same pattern. You're going to need to register to the destroy. And then basically this is more important for the UI. The UI is going to have to we have to destroy the UI objects once it's destroyed. So we're going to public void register to ship, and we're going to have the iShip ship. We're going to do the same thing for the register. Register from ship. And we need a remove ship from fleets. So void remove ship from fleets. And then like once they actually have health issues, we can link that up to removing it from the fleets and destruction and stuff like that. So we need iShip, and we're going to register to the ship.onDestroy plus equals to remove from ship from fleets, and then we're going to unregister from that after we destroy the ship. Lots of boring work, I know. We need to unregister from the ship, so ship.onDestroy, unregister. So that in case we have other registrations later on, we can do that. We need to the fleets, player fleets, dot remove the ship. Now remove that. Okay, I'm not sure. And then once we create a ship, we need to register to it. So new ship dot register. This is returning a new ship. What am I doing? Oh, nice. Register to, what am I doing? New ship. There. Yeah. Alright, so we need to trigger the die command as well. So do we have to do that from here? Move ship from fleet. So we have a nice ship. We need to trigger the destroy command first. Okay, so if we do it in here, then the registration will fire off on destroy, and we'll do this twice. So we don't want to do that twice. We do want to unregister from the ship. So let's go after we've unregistered from the ship. Let's go ahead and destroy it. So ship.die. If we get the command here, so I think from the UI we'll tell the fleet, hey, destroy the ship. So we unregister from that ship. Hopefully it exists. If this doesn't work, we want this to crash as hard as possible. Because if we're sending a fleet simulation command from the UI to destroy a ship that is not in the player fleet, we want the game to crash 100%. That is not something we want. We do not want that bug to exist for very long. We want that bug to crash the game so that we have to deal with it right away. After we've unregistered, we're going to send the die command to unregister from all the modules, and the UI will unhook up from that ship and all the modules inside of it. Then we're going to remove it from the player fleet. That, I believe, is correct. So now, like, if the ship runs out of health, it will fire off the onDestroy command and let the fleet know. So the simulation, so if it's coming from the simulation, then we unregister first, then we're going to do a die again. We don't want to do that. So we're sending the die command twice if it's coming from the simulation. If it's coming from the UI, this makes sense. Okay, let's get rid of this. If we X the ship, it's going to come from the ship UI. Yeah, so I think if we do it from the UI, we want to alright, so if we, I think what we're going to do from the UI is if we want to destroy a ship, we send it from, we hook it up to the ship itself. the ship UI. So that it sends the ship death command to the ship, and it unregisters from there. So there's no triggering of a die command from the fleet. If it did, it needs to be not from here. So this is just like removal. So we'll have another method maybe in the future if we want the fleet to tell a ship to destroy. But I really don't think we need to. I think like if we did a combat system, the combat system will just tell the ship itself it died, and then it'll alert the fleet to remove it from updates and stuff. So I think this is fine. Okay. So undestroy command. There's nothing to unregister. This isn't registered to anything. Alright, so cool. I believe our simulation is ready to go. So let's go ahead and look at our ship UI. So the fleet UI is not going to have this. It is going to hook up to, I guess. So if the fleet removes it, it also needs to fire off to remove it from the fleet for the UI. I just want it to die. Why is this so hard? Alright, let's start it at the ship UI. It's still messy. So now we're going to have to register to the ship to another thing, which is the sh.on destroy. And we need a function to register to if that happens. So let's go ahead and create it here. So public void destroy ship. And we need to have the ship plus equals to destroy ship. Destroy ship UI. And when we unregister from this, we need to also do this. Okay. Alright, first thing we want to do is unregister the ship so that we don't fire anymore. Oh my god. Unregister the ship. And we have the ship. Cool. Okay. Now we need to unregister to the modules that are inside. This is boring stuff, man. And I don't want to deal with it. When you go through all the dictionary stuff, the module pairings, do we? The module status UIs aren't registering to anything. Yeah, I don't care about those. Module UIs are, I believe. Yeah, we need to unregister from this. What else we're registering to? We should have registered module UI, and we're registering to the module itself. Okay. Alright, so we unregistered from the ship. Cool. We're not going to give any destroy commands from the UI. So we'll have this should be coming from the simulation. So if we do destroy a ship on the UI, we don't want to go through this. We want the button to go straight. I guess we can create a button for each of the ships to destroy the ship. But this is basically destroying the ship UI, and it will have a single button to alert simulation to destroy ship, and then the destroy command will come from the simulation. Okay, so we've unregistered the ship, and now we need to unhook up. We need to reach module UI module in modules. This we need a kill command. We're going to need to unregister from it first. Unregister module UI. The module. And then we also need to unregister to the module itself. Am I storing the module in there? Don't think I am. I don't think I ever did that because it was not being used. We register the module, but we don't store the module. Well, it's stored in the dictionary, so let's go ahead and just iterate through and unregister the modules. So go ahead and for each key value pair of a I module and a module status, yeah, pair in parents. Okay, so we're going to unregister to the unregistered module of the pair.key. And that will delete, that will go through and unregister to all the modules we have, so we don't need to do this. I don't even know why I have a module here. Just delete that. For now. I'm sure we'll need it later. Let's make this beautiful. I don't think I need to do anything else. That's all the unregisters. We're not even using the blank. Yeah, we'll just keep this for understanding. That would be really, really weird C# stuff. But a key value pair is how the dictionary, this is what all dictionaries are. We just need to specify what they are, and then we just need to unregister the key. That uses all this stuff. I don't think I need to do anything else for unregistrations. What's up here? I did store the module. Why was this? Oh, I just guess never used it. It's just for the current UI. I guess we don't need to go to the key value pairs, especially since it might be undefined. We also need to go through the casing if we replace something and not just destroy it, because I think it's just going to keep adding key value pairs to my dictionary. If yeah, it's just going to add. It's not going to replace. So yeah, we'll need to fix that as well. Alright, so we go through, we unregister from all the modules, unregistered modules, and then since we're not registered to it, C# will garbage collect these classes and take care of it. I think that's it. I don't think the module UI is hooked up to anything. This is this. And once this is dead, we need to let the fleet know it needs to kill itself. So public event action ship UI on destroy. So after we're done unregistering, we've unregistered to the ship, we've unregistered to the module, and we've unregistered to the module UI. None of those registered to anything else. We need to fire off the on destroy. Invoke, and then we invoke this. And that will remove it from the game. Alright, let's go to the fleet UI. We are going to need to register to that ship, so let's go ahead and create a void on ship destroyed. We are going to need the ship UI. And we need to unregister to the ship. And we don't need to unregister the module listings. It's more of like if we want to create a new game or save the game and stuff like that. We need to go ahead and register to the ship. So ship.onDestroy plus equals onShipDestroyed, and ship.onDestroyed minus equals onShipDestroyed. And then we need to register to that. Actually, I think we're already registering, so I think we're good. So whenever a ship is created, we register to these two things. And when the ship destroys, we'll unregister to it. And then we also need to remove this from our ship. So fleets dot, and that's our fleets. We need to remove the UI ships. Remove it from our list so we don't keep it in the game, and then it'll be garbage collected. Oh, it's not going to be garbage collected. We need to destroy the object. So, ship dot. That's the last thing we do. So everything is removed. We need to destroy. I think it's destroy. Destroy ship. That will just destroy it. No, we need the game object. Okay. Let's test. Well, actually, I don't have a way to test, so. Alright, so we could okay, the miner's not, yeah, the miner isn't, is it registered to resource manager? No, it just checks, right? Yeah. So when it's mining, it will just, is there an asteroid? So it has a boolean here. So there's nothing registering here to the thing. Okay, so we're gonna see if we destroy this. We're gonna do this on ship health. So the frigate chases. We'll say on update. On update, let's go ahead and just take 1 health off. You know, let's see how fast this happens. Is this the ship health is afloat? Where's my statics? Where's my health? It's afloat. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's go to ship health. This is because this really needs to be handled internally. And we have a ship health changed, and we don't have an update. Yeah, this needs to be happening inside here, so just say take damage. and then we're going to take the amount. Okay, so first we need to make sure that the current health is greater than amount. So if this is greater than amount, or if it's less than amount. Okay, so if it's less than amount is when we care. So if it's less than amount, that means we need to die. So we need to let the ship know it needs to die. So we are going to have another event. So public events and ship death. We're not going to have any. Just if it does, it's just ship death. We don't care. Dot invoke. And we're good. If it is, if not, we just current health minus equals to the amount. That's it. I mean, this could be negative, but doesn't really deal with that. Alright, so figure chases needs to register to that. And then we have another pattern here. We need to, because that really is the way to kill a ship. So register your ship health. So it lets it know once it triggers that. So if we this is on ship death. Is it not part of the interface? No. Where is my ship health? This. We also have a take damage we need to put in there. And then public void take damage. And this one we have floats amount. So that we can start taking damage. Alright, so health dots ship death. Nope. Ship death. And then we need to die. So this is going to be going to die. And then when we die, we need to unregister from this. And when we create the ship health, we need to register to it. So register to ship health, and we're going to submit the ship health. Okay, so now we have a path to die. Make sure that we have ship death. And when we die, we go through the modules, register from them, and then we have here. So this is a lot of stuff that we're not really going to be testing. We'll probably maybe run into a bug or two later on, and then we'll know what's going on. But for now, we're just going to take some damage. So ship health, take damage, and we'll just say it's equal to 0.1. That's a float. Okay, and that should remove everything. So once it goes to 0, we'll have a death, and then see what happens. So make sure our that didn't work at all. First off, let's make this a lot slower. So we create the ship health. We register the ship. Module.die. Okay, what about, we didn't fire off the event that died. Yeah, on destroy. On destroy. Invoke this. We never fired off the one thing that would work. So let's go ahead and check this. Let's build a frigate. Slowly losing health based on each frame. And it should have destroyed the object. And it's gone. Yeah, that's not cool. So this happens in the middle of the ship updates. So the best way to do this, is either a for loop, but you can't really do much in this in a for each loop. So usually what I would do is I would add this ship. So when instead of removing it straight, because this happens in the middle of that update, I would schedule it to be removed instead of doing it immediately. So we're probably going to have to implement that pattern another time, but the object is destroyed. This isn't still mining, so that's good. So there's no memory leaks there where it just continues mining even though we destroyed it, so that's gone. Yeah, best thing to do is go through and we have to extensively test to make sure there's no memory leaks, but we'll deal with it another time. I know that's boring. I know that's super boring, but we do have a way to go through and destroy the object now. Next, we need to go through and show that we're replacing the modules instead of just adding to our dictionary. So we're going to, whenever we create a ship, we also need to change the image of the module so that it shows that it's being used. We need to do that probably inside the module UI. And then we need to replace the other ones. So we're going to destroy modules, and we're going to have a little button next to each of the modules to do that. And we'll do some more testing to make sure that this destroy command actually works. So I'll see y'all in the next one. And then once that is done with replacing modules and stuff, we can start. I'm going to add some more modules. We'll go through that, and then we'll start assigning crew to the modules to change different stats based on what it is. Like repair time for engineering health or shields, or more efficient mining time depending on crew. And then we'll create a panel to assign crew to all that and stuff. And then once that's done, then we'll set up the mothership so that you can transfer crew to different ships, and it spawns crew. So that's what's in the future, and then once all that is done, we'll start on the grid. So see y'all next one.